Hello, sexies, and welcome to the podcast that keeps it popping and we don't plan on stopping. What's our topic?
Sex.
Obviously. All right, well, welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in. And right now we are going to dive right into our topic. It's an important topic, and I think it's one that's going to resonate very well with the audience. It is about bedroom boredom and how you put a stop to bedroom boredom.
Yes.
So we're going to start by talking about what bedroom boredom is. What's bedroom boredom to you?
So for me, it's when your sexual experience in the bedroom becomes routinized, right? And so what you do when y'all are ready for your sexy time, for your encounter, is the same action every single time. And then the creativity sort of wanes and what I would say sexual satisfaction sort of comes to a peak and kind of levels out. So there's no new thing being introduced to sort of raise that curiosity or that satisfaction level. And then after a while, it starts to dip.
Negative.
Right?
Yeah. So I don't know if you remember that movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. That is a perfect description of what bedroom boredom becomes.
Right?
Yes.
So now you live in the same day over and over.
Every time.
Exact same actions, exact same reactions. People are doing the exact same thing and the routine becomes torture. Right? So it can start out the whole, hey, it levels out. But then at a certain point, when all you're doing is the exact same thing.
Same motion, same sexy talk, same outfit, and then it becomes no outfit. Same room, same location,
same
lights
nappy
out.
robe. All of the same things. You know what I mean?
Dr. Love has this thing about robes.
It's not just robes, it's the nappy robe with no belt, that mama hold clothes. Come in the house. That robe. That
terry cloth robe.
The terry cloth.
It's scarred him for life.
Because it's so mama. And that, right, you thinking about warm hugs and mama. You're not thinking about what you need to be thinking about when you're doing what you need to do. Right, and so
noted.
Yes. Do I have a thing against them? Yes. All right. It's well documented.
What? But I don't know.
It's all good.
Because Grandma and them had 17 children in that moo.
You know what?
Okay, that floor moo was getting lifted.
I've seen this put out there before. Aaron, Rihanna was not around with Savage Fenty to be. To be in direct competition with the moo. No, it's just, what we're going to do. Roosevelt, he was going to roll over to another lady. What was she going to be rocking? That same moo. That's what it was going to be. He was destined, and that was that. Now, y'all have so many more choices.
So, wardrobe. I'm like filing in my way, my brain. Wardrobe matters in the bedroom.
Yeah, that's one of the first ways you can break it up. Is like, we're not looking at the exact same thing every time. And you know what, gents? That goes for you too. All right? All your drawers come in a pack and they all look the same. And they all white at first.
Or bruise colors is what I call them.
You know what I'm saying?
Navy blue, black, gray. You just got bruise colored drawers.
You got unimaginative.
Give me burnt orange sometimes.
Do some things.
Switch it up.
Oh, you like that burnt orange? Look at you. See, here's the deal. Think about all of the elements where you can eliminate boredom and start doing it in all of them. Because why keep it? There's a great comfort in having some level of familiarity with a person, but like growth matters to people.
Right.
I feel like you want to be in something expanding and getting better in general, right?
Right.
And so when you have that open imaginative mind, I think that that it makes it so that you can introduce new things more easily.
Yeah, and complacency is definitely one of the things that continues to support and fuel boredom in the bedroom, right?
Yeah.
When you become complacent, and I know it's hard to message because a lot of women will say they like consistency, right? And so guys will hear, well, you want consistency. You want me to be consistent. I want you to be consistently good, right?
No, you want them to be consistent where you're saying, like, don't stop.
Right.
At that point.
In the stroke.
At that point.
Be consistent.
Right. If they say don't stop, that's not the time to change it up.
So don't give me the razzle dazzle when I say right there.
When she says right there, just keep doing what you were doing.
And
you
said
start
right tap dancing and stuff. Now you want to pull out all of your genuine body roll moves. And I'm like, and now I've lost it.
No, it was right there. It was right there.
When I said right there, and I said don't stop, I actually literally meant that.
Yes.
And yet, here you go, trying to do an Usher moonwalk. And now, I'm done.
If you can get them to be vocal, listen to what they say, and stay consistent, man. When they say it like that, you just go ahead and you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to keep that same beat in your head. Find a song mentally that goes along with it, and you just go ahead and keep doing exactly what that song is doing. Dance to the rhythm. To the beat of the rhythm of the night. All right. So,
okay, because if you're younger, that's the bars there. Look them up.
Okay. So I feel like we've sufficiently talked about
what it is.
Yeah, like what sexual boredom is. And I think a lot of times it comes from, and this can be a confounding and difficult part, right? Because we want longevity, we want relationships to do well and last, but it's that familiarity that breeds boredom sometimes.
Yeah, being familiar. Yeah. And then it's like, so like we've heard the saying, right? Ain't no better pee than new pee.
Oh, that was a very elegant way of expressing that.
Pee.
That was a pee. Let's look at you. That was very well done. You're an educated woman.
For those of you that don't know,
a lady and a scholar.
Pussy.
And
right, and we've heard that, right? That's like the male mantra. Best pussy is new pussy. Well, ladies, sometimes what that means is yours has lost its novelty because you're doing the same thing with it all the time. You gotta bust out new moves, reupholster the coochie, right? Do some other things to it with it. Add accessories to your situation, right? Okay. And so then you don't get into that rut of now you've got the old pussy. You don't want to be the old pussy.
This brings me to the evolution of the topic, the importance of communication,
right?
To avoid a situation where you're ending up with bedroom boredom. And so there was very recently what I thought was an interesting clip where a guy was talking about having a safe space in relationships to express himself, right? And to be able to say things without the fear of judgment that was going to come back just based on what it is that he expressed. And then his co-host, within the exact same clip, immediately attacked the idea of having a safe space for a man. Now, I think we've all...
Which validated his entire point.
Yeah, no, it validated his point. Like, they immediately proved it, right?
Right.
And so, my thought here is, it's not just men that go through this. It's also women who go through this. And anybody that's trying to say or dare to suggest that their sex life could be improved.
Yeah. If it's not received well, then yeah, it'll break off the entire communication about breaking up boredom. The fact that if I approach you and say, hey, well, I won't approach matters, right? Another approach is say, hey guys, sit on down. Let's talk about it. I'm bored in the bedroom. Like, I'm not going to do it like that. But I may say, hey, I've been thinking it might be time for us to start exploring other things we can do during our intimacy.
Yeah.
Right?
And the way you receive that comment is going to determine, I think, in a lot of ways, the trajectory of your sexual interactions with one another.
So let me ask you a question. Have you, because we're talking about sexual boredom, but I'm sure people would like to know, have you experienced boredom in the bedroom?
Yes. I admit it. And you know what? It wasn't just the other person's fault.
Okay.
I think it takes two to tango in all the ways. And so what happened was I was not insistent enough on what my needs were throughout the whole thing. And so that, even though I may have introduced the topic and it wasn't received well, I could have been more direct in my communication about my needs. Just being real, right?
Yeah.
And more of a person who is insistent, not necessarily insistent, that might not be the right word.
Yeah.
But just,
I want you to gargle my balls. Beat over that head. What the nuts say? I'm insistent.
It's the understanding. It's the understanding that your needs matter, and then letting the other person know that this is important to you.
Right.
Most of us don't want to feel stifled, right?
Right.
On the other side of things, people don't want to feel like they're underwater in a sexual relationship either, where they can't keep up. And so there's a little bit of balance there, but I feel like you've got to cultivate an open environment where people can say, "Hey, I'd like to introduce this," and you don't meet everything with resistance.
Right. And you have to level set, right? Like you have to determine like where is the introductory step to start opening or exploring different avenues in the bedroom, and like where are you trying to get to? Because oftentimes when people mention having been bored or they want to try something new, they go to the end goal eventually. Like, I want to jump off the bed and then land in a split on your dick. Can we do that today? Right? Can we take these things in steps so that we are growing together toward the goal, right? Because a lot of people, they'll say, yeah, okay, I'm bored. Let's spice it up. And they're like, threesome. And now you done ruined your whole relationship because you jumped right out the window on your spice and you didn't determine like, maybe we need to go and watch first and see what happened. Maybe we need to see like which aspect we're comfortable with, as we get to that. If the threesome is your goal, like there are levels in between to get to that goal.
You could watch a video or something like that with people in it while you're doing it. You take baby steps, right? You want to think about your partner, and that's where discussion comes in and is very important, right? You don't want to just rush into anything because some things, and especially words, that can't be unsaid. So when you're thinking about how to communicate on this issue, really think about what it is that your partner has expressed to you in the past. Be open with yourself about what it is that you want, but also understand some of the express limitations they've given to you. And then from there, start to expose, because it's important for you to lay yourself bare. Talk to them about what it is that you are desiring. And then let them start to earnestly consider your wishes. And on both sides, I would encourage people.
Right. So back to your experience of boredom in the bedroom, were there any things that were successful for you in terms of getting out of that space?
Yeah, and I think that's the deal, is introducing novelty in general, right? It is important. And whether it comes from a space of toys or tools to add or apps that suggest activities, or you becoming a whole different person through role play. We talk about how you can use those elements to get a little bit more expanded in your thought process on these things.
Yep.
All right. So we've been talking about bedroom boredom.
Yes.
And both the causes of it and then the communication strategies that you can use to try to alleviate bedroom boredom.
Yes.
When we're talking about experiences, I talked about mine, but I want to give you a chance to talk about your bedroom boredom experience.
Oh, yeah. I definitely have experienced bedroom boredom. Like we've discussed in previous episodes, I've experienced bedroom death even. But for me, the boredom came in when things, like I said, became a routine. I knew exactly how long the encounter would last. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew oh, this is only going to take me about 10, 15. You
wow.
know?
Doing it like a criminal, weighing his options with a jail bid. Okay, all right.
10 to 15 bid right now.
Oh.
And it's going, and I could choreograph the moves because I knew it was going to happen in one particular way. This is what I did.
You can have the whole thing.
I can't even
mapped out like that.
I cannot express to you.
That's how it goes.
Viewers.
Okay.
How much I deal with this all the time.
Okay.
Are you good? Are you good? Can we get back to my?
No, please, go ahead and finish because I really want to hear the rest of it. I'm sorry.
Thank you. So I knew exactly how it was going to go down. I knew it was always going to be in the bedroom. The lights was going to be off. It was always at night. It was like that sort of level of routine became really boring to me. And then also as I admit, talk to friends and other people that I knew and all of the experiences they were having. And then I started to get FOMO. So I was like, FOMO? I was like bedroom bored and bedroom FOMO all at once. I'm like,
it's a horrible combination.
Hanging from chandeliers.
Damn.
Why I can't?
There's whole songs about it.
I even got a chandelier in this room. I was and then you just get all kinds of dissatisfied.
Yeah.
And so when I wanted to discuss what was going on, I tried to come from it with are you feeling satisfied? Are you is this good for you?
Mm-hmm.
And when the other person is not bored, and you are, is a real hard conversation to have. Right?
Yeah.
It is because he was like, no, I'm good. This is great. You got the best. Good. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so now awkward.
Well, this is what
how do I now say I'm actually not good because you're so satisfied, and I'm just like this
is where previous episodes come into play, right? There were conversations that you had where this topic obviously flew right past both of you in some way, to where you thought one thing. And he thought another.
Yeah.
Everybody thought, at least at that point, it was cool. And then the communication in terms of how things were changing along the way, it gets real difficult, right? Because you think that you're on the same course and you're not.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Right? We're on completely different courses. And so, then going and having the conversation and then realizing that the person that you are partnered with, having sexual relations with, you're bored, they're feeling satisfied, and then they become unwilling to change, or to add any additional elements to it. Everything was a list of no's, because they're good where they are, and so. Then I knew my needs were not going to be met. And so it's then you resign yourself to being well, I guess this is the way this is going to be. And I'm just going to continually be bored here.
Yeah. And here's the deal. When you're talking about a couple, ain't nobody good unless everybody good. You see what I mean? Because, yeah, that's it. I wish No, I don't wish it could be different because then you have one person living in misery. The fact is, if y'all can't get together and do mutually pleasurable things and feel like you're both open and can grow, then it's going to be weird at some point. It's going to get awkward, and at some point it might get unbearable. For people.
It definitely did for me.
Yeah,
like, it was just like, I can't do this anymore.
And I stopped bearing it.
Right. Well.
And you don't want to be the ultimatum throwing person, but the fact is ultimatums always exist whether they're expressed or not. Relationships are conditional. Love can be unconditional, but the fact is no matter how much people mean it, no matter how much people would have a sense of duty, at some point, everyone reaches their breaking point.
Right.
And so if you have a person that's very sexually expressive and they are into the growth of it and learning and trying new things, and you are a person who is very adamant about things staying exactly the same, those two places are going to naturally diverge. And at some point you end up with a chasm.
Right.
Yeah.
And some people will think, well, I'll just sacrifice for the good of the whole.
Yeah.
And I would just say that, like, that sacrifice, even if you're willing to make it, it will weigh on you in some way, shape, or form.
Well, it bleeds over in everything else, right?
Back around.
Yeah, misery knows no bounds. And so, like, when you're miserable about that particular thing, especially when we're talking about something as deep as sex, right? Now, everything that person does starts to get on your nerves.
Yes.
Right?
Your entire being is bothering me. The fact that you are breathing right now, I am annoyed.
Right. You're in the way. Right? Everything they do starts to get on your nerves a little bit more. And then the converse, when you're getting everything that you want sexually, they can probably get away with a whole lot more. It's like pretty people. Pretty people get away. They don't even know how much stuff they get away with and have things taken care of for them because they look good. Right? And then they're like, what? No, the world is just a nice place. No, be ugly for a while and you'll see. As nice as you think it is.
Nice for you.
Right. It's nice for you. If you ugly, you ugly short humpback, and people will tell you what they think you are in those situations.
Now. Everybody's beautiful to someone.
I'm not saying
that. I think there's a universal standard of ugly. I don't care. There are some things that's like, this is not good.
No, because you know what? Some people like a person because they look ugly too, right? There are people so there's someone for everybody. I'm not saying there's not. I'm just saying your statistics.
Medium cute.
The numbers don't bear out for you as well.
Right,
you gotta have a good attitude. You gotta have a couple of talents, good credit. You know what I mean? Like all these things. You gotta be able to put some things together nicely when you don't have everything else going for you in that way. You do. It's true. You gotta be an excellent conversationalist too.
Funny, at least.
Something to the table. You just can't come with all struggle.
Yeah, pick one.
Like you
and if ugly is the struggle, right? Because you can't do nothing to fix your face. So
I feel like
be nice or something.
I feel like we spend too much time on people not being cute. But the fact is, I feel like it buys people sometimes being real. It buys you a little bit because it's like, I'm super attracted to you. So the fact that you just lay there rolled up in the comfort and I get to hit it just on the slide like that, you're still happy because you like she was fine as hell. But also, you're thinking in your mind like, man, the girl that was not cute, that busted it wide open. You're like, that was a much more fun experience overall, but the cute can have you for a little while. So there's checks and balances to all of this.
And that's why you just cheat, right?
Dang.
You can have the fine woman at home that's giving you that vanilla pea because she thinks she's so cute she ain't got to work. Okay? And then you get all old dog face over there.
No.
She over there swallowing to the face. Come on, I'm just saying what people be thinking. It's true.
It is true. I'm just saying, like, you.
I'm not condoning. I'm not supporting cheating, but I'm like, That's what happened.
I want the pretty prudish girls to be inspired. I don't want them to
pretty and prude.
Pretty prudes. Y'all know who you are. I don't want y'all.
Y'all do know who you are.
You know who you are. You're like, I don't have to do that.
I don't do this.
You know
because
what?
I'll just but my pearls. I'd never, girl. That's why you have a face he wants to nut on. You have a face that he wants to nut on.
That was
the dudes love to come all over your pretty face because it makes you more beautiful to them. I'm sorry. It's me. Yeah. I'm taking this completely awry. We're gonna come back.
We're gonna full launch here, people. We're gonna full launch.
I haven't lied though.
You know what?
Where's the lie? Where's the lie?
Is this even a podcast now at this point? I don't even know what this is.
It is. It's fun.
It is.
They love it. It's fun and it's honest. Who's going to tell the truth?
You did tell the truth. All right, so here's the deal. The fact is, if you don't have the opportunity to be able to actually talk to a person and feel like you're being heard and it's being received, it's almost like you ugly, right? Because now you have strikes against you that you didn't even have to have. You choosing to be ugly. You chose ugliness.
Because you are not receptive to being communicative. Right. That's ugly.
And you can't take everything as a threat. Her wanting you to try a new stroke does not mean that the old stroke don't work and it's broke. It's just the same stroke. The same emoji. You don't want to have the exact same thing all the time. You got me breaking in the song. This is your fault, by the way. Got me doing copyright infringement live on the air. That's your fault. Luckily for you, my voice is so dissimilar to Genuine's that no one is going to call in on this and say that the song was stolen.
On the potty, just to solidify the copyright infringement.
You know what? He's going to be very happy about this. Like, he going to do that little dance that he do.
Okay. Moving on.
I think it's right. Like, the beard don't look right, though. Okay.
Okay. We're not doing that right now. But it's true. The communication really, really matters. It's what we've been saying from episode 1 all the way to now. Communications are table stakes from breaking through any of these barriers, right? But let's talk about actual techniques, right? Okay. Let's talk about techniques because full disclosure, when we were putting together the script for this episode, there was difficulty on my part, not because I haven't experienced boredom. I have, obviously, but I am so completely not bored and so completely fulfilled and satisfied sexually that I couldn't even think of things to tell people to do to break out of boredom. That wasn't like filthy though, right?
Yeah.
Because I can tell you what to do.
Oh yeah. Well, we could always go to the next thing on the list of things that we're gonna do.
Right. I can break out in the Rolodex of my mind.
That's
some things
that
you can try.
Let's face it. Like they're gonna be like, is what's going to be said.
Oh, the looks, the dirty looks that I would get if I really talked about the things you can do. So I was like, well, so what can we say strategy-wise that will meet people where they are, right? Because I can't necessarily bring strategies from the filth in my mind because not everybody is as raunchy, right? And so you have to meet people where they are. And so what are some things folks could do no matter what level they're at in terms of their exploration or their desires that can break through that boredom barrier?
You have to introduce something new.
Okay.
Now, sometimes people are like, the idea, and I don't want to talk about it. And guys, we suffer from this badly, right? Because we, not only do we worry about complaining about something that we enjoy, right? It's like, look, it's great, but I like to. It's very difficult to jump over that next thing and talk about it, especially for us.
Because we're going to take it personally, like we're not doing the job.
Yeah, and you're going to get reminded of everything that you didn't do right if she's the type of person who, when you introduce something, here she comes back in a, confrontational spirit, right? Because as we talked about earlier, people can be prone to that. And as men, it's like, we know we're going to lose. Mm-hmm. We do. Mm-hmm. We do. We are not Rocky. We not Apollo, but y'all are the Russian. And when it comes to talking, we know we're going to get beat. 10,000 pounds of pressure, one punch, whatever it is, he destroys. That's y'all in conversations, right? That's just being real. That's y'all in conversations.
It's the debate skills we on display.
Y'all do it with each other. Don't come for me. We don't know how to not come for you, but we also know that we would enjoy having our balls licked, right? And so now we trying to figure out an artful way to introduce having our balls licked. And you're thinking about it like, do I do it in poetry?
What's the approach? Do I write a song? Do I rap it?
I love you with my arm.
Hey, yo, girl, I just
only you would lick my balls. Yeah, something along those lines. I don't know, but you're trying desperately to think of ways to approach this delicately because you don't want to turn it into an argument.
Right.
And that's the thing. Like, you want to be able as a woman to come to your man or as a woman to go to your woman or whoever, right? With whatever it is.
She, them, they.
Yes. Whatever it is that are the desires of your heart and growing. And you don't want the person who is, is taking some level of assignment and making sure that you receive pleasure to feel bad about where it is that you are, but also you want them to be able to receive and say, okay, we can build on this and we can try. Right?
So introducing something new, whatever the newness is, right? Wherever level you're at, introducing some element of newness to the bedroom is one way
in
which we can step out of boardroom.
So we're talking about how you introduce novelty in the bedroom.
Right.
Yeah.
The something new.
The something new.
Right.
The newness of it all.
Right.
All right. So, and I sort of ended off by talking about toys.
Right.
Okay. So, have you successfully introduced toys into a sexual relationship as a new thing? And how has it worked out for you?
Really?
I'm giving you the full Arsenio here.
Oh, wow. Because you think you know the answer to this. Okay. All right. You see? Playing games. Yes. Wow. I have successfully introduced toys into the bedroom. Mm-hmm. And it has worked out swimmingly.
Okay.
I would say. A variety of toys, not just for my pleasure, but also his pleasure. Because, I like to give as much as I receive. Yeah. And
she's a giver.
Oh my God. We just need to make it through. Mm-hmm. But yes, I would say that introducing toys has greatly enhanced the experience.
Yes. And so here's the thing about toys. There's all kinds of fun ones out there. If you've ever done any research, you'll see there's literally everything to match every orifice or penetrative object or some things that you would probably imagine shouldn't be penetrative objects. Like all sorts of stuff out there. We're gonna have all, the number of things that exist in order to create sexual gratification as toys. It's a huge number, right? Okay, so here's my deal. And this is I would suggest for a lot of the more shy people out there, the rose. Here's why. It's non-penetrative. And I feel like a lot of times, gentlemen specifically, get nervous about penetrative objects and start comparing themselves to the toy itself.
Right.
And getting worried, right? And so I would suggest that is one of the first toys that people should use to introduce a level of novelty that isn't there. It can be used on the nipples. It can be used most effectively on the clitoris.
If you can find it.
Wow. You know what? First of all, I am tired of this narrative that men can't find the clitoris. I understand that there are men who can't, but the fact is there's just a very small bit of information necessary to be able to successfully find it all the time.
I mean, we could do a study.
I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying this
is in quantitative empirical data.
Look, I am not suggesting that there aren't a lot of men out there that are missing it. I'm just saying that with this specific toy and a little bit of direction.
Yes, direction.
You can get there quickly because the rose both sucks and vibrates at the same time at a frequency. Oh, I should say multiple different frequencies that can bring pleasure. Right. Is this an ad for the rose? Kind of has turned into it. Wasn't meant to be. My point is, I think I feel like it's a non-threatening toy for a lot of guys. Right. It's a toy that is like, oh, it could be my friend. We work together to bring great pleasure and make the walls come tumbling down. Your thoughts?
You know what? I concur. But I would say, even if it's not that specific. Oh my God, I said Pacific. That's white.
Yo.
Never ever.
Oh, she's gonna hear about this again.
Oh,
it's making the blooper real.
Pacific.
Specifically?
No. Specifically.
West Coast?
It's not that toy. I'm just gonna ignore what's happening here. Okay? If it's not that toy, I suggest that because you can do, I think a lot of people do shopping online a lot. And so the shopping online sometimes can be very overwhelming when there's so many choices and categories and you don't really know what to do. Yeah. But I think if you're introducing novelty and you're using toys as that novelty item, I would suggest that you actually physically find a store. Yeah. Right? Because one, you both can see things that can work for both of you that you might be interested in. And just the variety in the store in person may be enough to spark sexiness and spark sexual relations without even the purchase itself. Right?
You know what? If you have somebody that they might be scared to even go to a store. You know how watch the late night channels and flip through them and you'll see they have this Adam
channels anymore.
Let me tell you something. Streaming or not, guess what you can do? You can find these little Adam and Eve style infomercials where they are debuting products. And my point is, you don't always have to be the person to introduce a thing that might feel awkward to you.
Right.
If you're at a place where somebody else is going to introduce a new idea for you, now you don't have to be the one to have said it, but it might already strike your partner's fancy. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Also, along that vein of just together embarking on novelty in this newness space, I would say that besides toys, we've gone to just events together, right? Being out and being in events like the Exotica event.
Yes.
You see other displays of activities that may be interesting when you see other people engaging or there's workshops happening, there's ropes classes, there's all kinds of things that you can take together.
People sitting on cakes. You know what? I'm just throwing things out there. I know what you're thinking. Why would you want to waste a perfectly good cake? But you can still eat the cake. You just can't serve the cake. I'm sorry. Keep going.
I can serve the cake.
I mean, you can serve it to your partner. I'm just saying, in mixed polite company to guests.
You finished?
I am. I'm just saying, like, I don't, I'm not a cake.
Are you done?
I'm not a strict cake server type person. My grandmother used to have us make Easter cakes. Little lambs and bunnies. The cake. With jelly beans for the eyes and nose.
This is where.
And I wouldn't have that cake sat on and then give it to
y'all
the person.
Are y'all feeling my pain? Are y'all? Cause. All right. So anyway, events.
Rest in heaven, Josephine. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You're right.
What is in your cup? What?
I don't know what Vince did to it. It's something from his table. He's got a table.
Whoa. This was not me. This was not me.
Look at his voice of God coming in. Okay, so
go on events, going to workshops together. That's a good way of breaking through sexual boredom and finding new ideas. Yeah. I would also say, so there's one thing that our peanut gallery producer, Mr. V back there, did mention that he was able to do was like, there was like a sexual bingo game that he created with his partner.
Great for Yawn.
Right? And so like they both picked from a website, because there's a website that will auto-generate the bingo card, right? And they both sat down and picked things that they were interested in maybe trying that they haven't done before. And then it auto-generated a bingo card so that they can go and have sexy bingo night together.
Talk about what we can do with artificial intelligence to make the world a better and more peaceful and happy place.
Or the Terminator, so.
Well, I'm just saying, like the sexual bingo first, though. Give it the good and the bad. Maybe we get the Terminator as well. But Cyberdyne Systems hasn't come up with that yet. But they probably have made lots of different sex toys that people can use in the meantime. And maybe they'll equip some of those with AI. Couldn't that be interesting? Look, I like to look to the frontier.
I'm done with him.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Another idea that I saw one couple do is they did like, you know how like in arts and crafts stores you have like the popsicle sticks? And so what they did is they like wrote different positions on popsicle sticks and put them in a jar. And then every so often one of them would take a turn picking a popsicle stick out and then trying like and like the ground rules is like whatever I pick we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Right? And so pick the popsicle stick out and like, this is what I drew.
Yes.
Slob on your knob. So we're gonna try. Like one on the cup. Check in with me
and do your job. Right, you know what?
Okay, anyway, so and then
that was copyright infringement, by the way. But Juicy J gonna be seeing you.
Anyway, he gonna like the plug. And then they would try the thing that's on the popsicle stick. So that's another way of like introducing novelty, making it fun, making it collaborative, but also like breaking through the routine of boredom in the bedroom.
And there are games. There's hedonism game. There's dice that you can get that just have
that are drinking games and sex games and all of those things. Yes,
use the internet. What it's for. For what it's for. The internet is full of ways to do kinky things. And, those of us who are kinky and allow ourselves to recognize that we use the internet. And I think, you know what, if you just moderately kinky, or if you got a little bit of a bend to you, right?
Not all the way a kink.
You're not a kink. It's a little bend. Just a little bend. So you go up there and look some stuff up and enjoy it. Because the funny thing is, like, it's like y'all, when you have hard times or really good times together, these are things that bond you. So successfully trying something together, right? It brings you together.
Or at least you can have a funny moment when you try something and it didn't work out and y'all laugh about it and be like, that was a hot mess. Let's not do that again.
Not every toy has been a 100% success or even 50% success or 20%. So there have been toys that we said, you know what, this was a complete waste of money. But, the hammer, it was an actual hammer is what it was at the end of the day. And it was about as useful sexually as you would think a hammer would be. Like,
on your cootie cat.
no.
If you just imagine what it feels like to have a hammer on your cootie cat, this is what this toy was.
Yeah.
And when I tell you it was thrown in the trash.
Yes. Now, you know what? There may be somebody out there that's like mad right now just because they looking at this like, you know what? I wanted something hard and industrial, you know, that felt sturdy and was going, like I've been using real hammers for years, and now I got a hammer that's made into a sex toy. Then that toy is for you. Having purchased it and spent way more money on it than less expensive, pleasurable toys, my suggestion would be that you try something else. But there may be somebody out there, and that's why it's important to look at what's good for you.
The only thing I want hard.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we got to have some kind of levels, baby. We can't just...
Yeah.
We can't just go ahead and say all of it. You know what?
Not you having modesty. Anyway,
I did. I clutched my pearls. Yeah. I'm clutching them. Look at them. You see me? You see the people looking at me clutch my pearls. Very concerned. All right, so on the introduction of novelty, we talked about the toys. We talked some about some of the events that you could go a place to get yourself out of the normal routine of the places that you've been and the things you've been exposed to.
Yep.
I think it's probably time.
About games?
Yeah, games, right? The other thing that we should probably talk about is travel, too. We didn't talk about it, but there are travel groups.
Yes.
Our favorite group, Worst Behavior Tour.
Shout out to y'all. They are friends of the pod.
Yes. We love you. We love your events. We have a great time. And the nice thing about these events is they inspire me. When you're in an environment that's free, you start to feel more comfortable. Right. I start to feel more comfortable. Right. And you can kind of do what it is that you want and like. And it just opens up new possibilities and vistas all the way around. Right. I love that type of feel. Right?
We've enjoyed.
Yeah, right. And so you can get to it. You can use different things. You can get to a different place. You can use different games. But guess what else you could do? You could be a whole different person.
Yes, you
right?
can.
So if Dr. Love
like
himself, his whole personality,
put the wig on.
Yeah,
switch
right.
it up.
You can role play, right? Oh, you beautiful. Guess who I am? I'm the Beast. What?
Not Beauty. I'm the Beast.
I see how you like to read all the time.
Oh my God.
F these books. Oh my God. Rip one of them books up. Not a good one. Not expensive. Don't rip them. No, that was a bad idea. Don't go too crazy. Like
absolutely
rip your shirt or something like that. Then gently place her book back on the bookshelf.
Don't
rip no books.
Bell costume.
You get a Zora Neale Hurston.
Reading in the library.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Beast. Look at all of my beautiful books.
And I'm like,
then you bent over like a stack of books.
Yeah, you
in
did.
The library.
Next thing you know, you're getting that Beast treatment. And it's not Oliver who's doing it to you. It's Beast. Right? And you ain't Gertrude no more. You Belle. You see what I'm saying? And so now everybody gets to just be open and different by not being themselves, which is weird. But I'm just saying, like, you get to open up and try something new and be somebody else, and you can be more comfortable being somebody else because you don't feel like it's compromising you.
Right. That's true. And I would say too, if you wanted to add an extra layer to role play, because like role play can be super fun at home, costumes involved, all kinds of different personalities and scenarios and environments you can create at home in order to support that role, right? But fun thing, if you're at another level with your role play, you want to add an extra sprinkle of razzle dazzle into it, you can role play in public, right? Role play being different people out at a bar, out at a restaurant, at a hotel, and in public, create that fantasy that then transfers to the bedroom.
I could make a whole new first impression.
Yeah.
What?
But I got a man or whatever.
Yeah, that's all right. My name is Mufasa Jordan. I always score, baby.
Oh.
Yeah. How you doing? You looking real good.
I'm alright.
I like you. I like your style and everything.
Oh, you do?
I do. I like all that.
All right, I'm done. And scene, right?
So that's the point, right? You can do something wholly different. We slipped off into a whole other place there. I was Mufasa Jordan, right? I don't know. I made that up just now, right?
Of course.
But guess what?
But how he go to Mufasa?
Mufasa, I was trying to think about like the most powerful things, and I was like Mufasa and Jordan.
T'Challa Jordan. I'm the Black Panther, and I score a lot.
I was trying to be noble, like Mufasa, but also ruthless scorer, Jordan.
I'm done.
And you know what it is? Look, it doesn't have to be the most well
but
thought out.
But I think they can understand why we don't be bored because you are a whole clown.
That's true.
And you keep me right out my drawers.
Look, Jess. Let me look in the
camera.
Let me look into the camera and talk to gentlemen who grew up in the 80s, 90s, and beyond. You wasn't cute, you wasn't tall, just decently athletic, but you have to come with something. If you can be funny, let me tell you, the ladies like the funny. You get them laughing. Next thing you know, they just, and then the draws come tumbling down. I should have said it more delicately, maybe, but I'm just saying it's true, though. If they got draws on them. All right, so the next element that we want to talk about.
Oh, my God.
Is, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shock you like that. But rebuilding the intimacy, right?
Yes.
Rebuilding it when it's the boredom is sort of killed things, right?
Right.
And I think that when you're working from ground zero, almost anything can be a help. Like, right, you at rock bottom, and that happens to people. And I would say if that's the only thing that's wrong, which sometimes is symptomatic of other things, I'm not going to tell you when it's time to move on or to stick with whatever it is that you're going with. But I am saying that there are people who have rebuilt their sexual as well as fundamental relationships after a point at which people would say it's the point of no return.
Yeah.
Right? And so in terms of doing that, my suggestion would be step by step. Try a thing. Do one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And be generous in your thing that you try. If you want to save the relationship, find out one thing that your partner wants and try to do that one thing. Mm-hmm. And bring that out there. Hopefully the other person's going to be receptive to it, but what are your thoughts on that? On rebuilding the intimacy after things have just really gone wrong?
It can be done, and commitment to rebuilding is definitely the key, and will probably create dividends in other aspects of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say sometimes that rebuilding has to happen outside of the bedroom. Right?
Oh, I agree with that.
Right?
Well, I mean, so much of this stuff is
but as a way in order to try something new in the bedroom, right? Sure. It starts on the outside through that real, genuine, inquisitive nature about your partner, right? Showing interest and care and what it is that they most desire and need, and then through that discovery, bringing that into the bedroom.
Yeah, I don't think that you cure distance by throwing out another sort of selfish, this is what I want. Right. If you perceive and feel that different distance and you want to close that distance, you do it with generosity. You do it with a kind heart. You do it with
giving.
Yeah, with giving to the other person, right? And you're like, oh, that could be like the straw that breaks the camel's back, right? Where it's like that person, once again, nothing came of this.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, if you're already at rock bottom, what is it that you have to lose? You know what I mean? And if you want to try, right?
Yeah, and there are lots and lots and lots of different books.
Yes.
About this topic, about bedroom boredom, that you can use as an anchor to further research some things that you can do to try.
Yeah.
Even if what we're saying, tips and tricks, aren't where you are yet, right? There are ways in which you can do research just through the different books that are available to break through the bedroom boredom.
So I've looked up a few of these books, right? One book on Amazon, it's called The Ultimate Fun Book for Couples, 60 Exciting, Lighthearted Quizzes, right? And so the quiz angle can be good because a lot of times people feel uncomfortable talking about these things. And sometimes it can be hard to think about what it is that you really want or put it into words. And sometimes having something already written out that you can just sort of check box and say, this is what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Right? Like that can be very helpful because now you don't have to be the one to come up with it. The other one that I saw that sounded cool, I just love this title. It's called The No Bone Zone. Curing. Look, Jason Robillard wrote this, the ins and outs of curing long-term relationship boredom. Right? And so the no bone zone, right? It's written by bro, obviously. I should say he's a bro, but he said the title suggests broness, right? But I think
bro in the sense of bro,
right? No bone zone, right? But the fact is, there's a lot of guys that feel like they're in that spot,
right?
I'm sure. Right? That's the narrative, is like the guys are the ones that are starved and the women don't want to try anything. I don't think that's really mapping out to reality when you start to look at who's really suffering. Mm-hmm. There's a lot on in all genders and sexual orientations and all of that, right?
So be suffering.
Yeah, right. So everybody, it's tough sometimes to open yourself and come out with your wants and desires, especially when they're super nasty and you perceive the person that you're with is not super nasty. And so that's always a tough thing. I feel like the intimidation that can go with that can be difficult.
Right. There's this one book that I did find that was really interesting. It's called Bored with Your Sex Life. Change it.
Yeah.
Break the routine and spice up your love life in the bedroom. And that is also available on Amazon as well.
Yeah. The good people at Amazon bringing us they're bringing us a lot of stuff, y'all. I know, right? Like, that's, if you're listening to Amazon, hey, we do accept funds. We're talking about that's all I'm saying is that, look, if we're gonna be talking about things, Jeff has already got his yacht. I would like, to be able to rent a yacht. So I'll take a yacht. All right. So look, when you think about all of the stuff that you can do to eliminate bedroom boredom. Right. I think the first step, as we said, is to recognize it.
Right.
You got to recognize it as what it is. You have to be willing, and it takes two to tango here, right? I feel like but you can't. It's difficult to do. You can't do it unilaterally,
right?
The same way that you can't mess it up, you can't completely fix it unless you have two people engaged in doing that. And then once you get beyond acknowledging what the issue is, the next thing you have to do is be able to effectively talk about it. And so there's that element of, hey, I'm going to be open to what my partner says and not receive things with insecurity. And then there's the other side where you try to at least think of your partner's feelings. in the way that you introduce your topic or your issues or whatever it is that you'd like. But and we both agree here in terms of having a general feel of openness and progression and growth. Right. Those things are important to be able to make that work.
And then be open to introducing novelty.
Yes.
Right? Introduce newness into your relationship when you are committed to newness. And like breaking through plateaus.
And that can come through toys, it can come through games, right. It can come through events, it can come through trips, it can come through role play. You have so many ways.
That you haven't even tried. Like,
take a trip through the house.
Like, read the Kama Sutra, read some tantric, books about that.
Any of our mini positional posts on our IG for sex, obviously. Yes. And you can try something new.
And they're
y'all both just go ahead and favorite and friend the group on IG, and now you get something that's introduced to both of you, and you can look forward to Thursday thoughts as well as things that you can try over the weekend and events you can go through. We put this together for you. Right.
Our mission here is spicing up all of y'all sexy lives.
That's right. Right. So you can go out there, you can try all those things, and I promise you will be happy that you do. And I like it. And I feel like you'll be happy that you do too. Right. And when we get beyond those things, to what it is that's going to keep you together on an intimate level, and when things go awry, we know that can happen.
Right.
Try one thing. Right.
Start small.
Start to open the dialogue. Remember what it is that you're trying to accomplish here, which is deeper levels of intimacy, higher levels of satisfaction, legitimate and real enjoyment with one another. And remember that you actually care about this person, if that's the level at which this relationship is for you, right? You want to be able to keep things moving forward, and you want to be able to meet that person's needs, wants, desires, fantasies, and ultimately we all want to be sexy to ourselves and sexy to the one that we find sexy, that we want to be sexy with us.
All right. Well, that's a wrap, folks. Thank you for coming and listening and sitting on down and entering our bedroom space. If you liked what you heard and had a good time, go ahead and like the podcast, follow us, and you'll get notifications for upcoming episodes. We are on all podcast platforms, Apple, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all of the things. We'll be now streaming on YouTube. So you'll find us there. You can always stay current and up to date with what we are doing, what we're talking about on our IG at sex_obviously. And so follow us over there, and we will catch you on the next episode.